Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Create This Book Too. Today we're gonna start by creating a daydream. I would like to go somewhere, so that's gonna be my daydream. I'm making an airplane window on each side, and it doesn't necessarily have to be to fly somewhere. It could also be a road trip, but I saw this idea that I really liked and I wanted to do it, so I'm gonna take the chance. So after making the window, I'm gonna start to color it, and this time I'm gonna be using color pencils. I want to create a gradient of pink and purple. I really like that color combination. So in order for you to blend color pencils, you have to start really light-handed and getting as many layers as you need so everything is seamless and the colors don't look separate from each other, which is exactly what I was doing. However, after a few layers, my friend left me and I wasn't able to continue without her. So even though I still needed a few more layers, I wanted to get over with it, so I pressed the pencil really hard and look, I'm done. Then I drew the wing of the airplane and I used the Poscas to color the edges of the windows. I also added like some lighting with a lighter purple, and I didn't want to use black or white to color the wing of the airplane, so I used the same dark purple that I used on the window, but I didn't like it. So I wanted to try this fuchsia pink, but the tip was really big, which was gonna make it hard for me to make like the small parts. So I tried pumping some paint to use with a small brush and paint the wing, but I felt like the color was different. Maybe a few layers would have fixed it, but I don't want to make more layers, so forget the brush, and I used the marker as is and then added some highlights in yellow and finished the wing. On the other side, I decided to make a moon, and I don't like that I have to draw over the pencils at all. If I make a mistake or I need to change something, I can't, so it's really bothering me. If I mess up with the Poscas or if I mess up with the pencil, I cannot fix it, so I only have one chance to do this right. Maybe I should have done this drawing and stuff that I wanted to add before, but I guess I learned my lesson. I know I said I didn't want to add multiple layers, but I already have the purple, then the fuchsia, and that was enough for the paint to start cracking. Nothing that another coat of paint wouldn't fix, of course. Finally, I decorated the title with the Poscas. I had enough of the color pencils, and the other side of the page was feeling a little empty, so I decided to add like an airplane route, which you could see if I moved my head. Excuse me, can you please move? No? Okay. So I color it black, and this is the final result. I wish I would have taken my time with the gradient, but there's nothing I can do about it now, so let's move to the next page. We're going to decorate this page using yarn, which I have because I'm working on my crochet skills. More about that on another video. And my idea is to make a cloud and add the yarn below, and on the other side I want to make a feather. I hope I did a good job explaining so you can visualize with me the idea of what I want to do, even though they have nothing to do with each other, but that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start cutting pieces of yarn of the same size. I think this is enough, and we're gonna start making the feather. On this piece of yarn, I'm gonna add the other smaller pieces, and after finding a way to secure it in place, we can finally get started. What I'm doing is pretty simple. I'm just taking a piece of yarn, going under and making a knot, but before tying the knot, I first take it to where it is supposed to go and then tie it. I did it a bunch of times until it was about the size that I wanted. So after tying up 1,564 knots, this is what I have so far. Now I have to cut it, but first I'm gonna fix it a little. I obviously need new scissors. and the color of this yarn is pretty ugly, so I'm gonna paint it with acrylic paint, and I want to make it rainbow. I don't think this is a good idea, but I have no other option at this moment. Maybe I could have waited and actually got more colors of yarn. But where's the fun on that? Here we like to try things even if they don't work or it is pretty much unnecessary. That's what we do here. So after painting, I did another coat, and once it was totally dry, it was rock hard, so this is a good time to cut it again and try to do a better job this time. And now we're ready to glue it on the book. I put glue all over the page and gave it like a curvy shape. It stuck, but it didn't feel like it was gonna last very long, so I decided to use some Mod Podge that's not only a sealer but it's also glue, and I was just planning to secure the edges, but there wasn't gonna be any big difference, so I coated everything. Now while we wait for it to dry, we can start working on the other side. So after drawing the cloud, I thought about doing the same thing that I did with the feather, do everything first and then glue it to the book. But I want to try to keep like the shape of the cloud, so I'm gonna glue the pieces of yarn one by one. I didn't glue everything yet, only the top, because I want to make sure that they fall straight. So once I was done, I applied the Mod Podge and started to glue the rest. Now I'm gonna cut the excess yarn so I can start painting. Just like I did with the feather, this one is also gonna be a rainbow, but instead of painting in chunks, I'm gonna give each line a different color so the rainbow repeats. I was painting each line and then cleaning the brush for each color, but now that you get the idea, I'm gonna paint one color at a time. Also, I thought that painting the lines was gonna be easier. As usual, it was not, and I was making a mess. Now that I'm done painting, I'm going to outline the cloud and decorate the title. Once the paint was dry, I coated everything, and this is how our decoration with yarn turned out. It's nothing out of this world, but I did enjoy trying new things and new techniques. I'm going to do another page, and on this one we're going to make different colors by mixing paint, and we're also gonna name them. So my idea is to make like these swatches of paint that you get, and I'm gonna be using the Pantone cards as an inspiration. I want to make 6 colors, so I'm drawing 6 cards for each. And to make this a little more interesting, I'm gonna take my whole paint supply, which is not a lot, but they're enough for what I want to do. So I'm gonna be choosing 3 unique colors for each, meaning that I'm just gonna be using them on that card and they are not gonna be repeating on the others. I'm gonna close my eyes, mix them, and choose 3 random colors. And my first 3 colors are pink, white, and pastel purple. That's such a bad combination. We started really well. My next 3 colors are red, pastel pink, and pastel teal. This one is not so good. Let's keep going. Okay, this is interesting. We have glitter paint, yellow, and like a dark teal. Uh-oh, now we have blue and a pastel yellow that we have to mix with black. Our next combo is pastel green, gold, and green. And finally, we have pastel orange, silver paint, and navy blue. Now it's time to mix, and this color isn't looking too bad. I kinda like it. It'll be a really nice lipstick shade. For the next one, after mixing all 3 colors, I tried to adjust it to something that I liked, and we have this beautiful pink shade. I really like it. This mix gave us a green color with glitter. My brush was a little bit dirty, that's why I have like that weird color showing up. This one also gave us a green color, but it was lighter. And we have another green, but with a more yellow pigmentation because of the gold. And finally, we have this color that's almost like a purple. So now I'm making the lines where I'm going to put the names so they are centered. And these are the names I chose. The first one is Bacon because it looks like bacon to me, that's why I chose that name. The next one is Sugar because it is a really nice pink. I really liked it. I was thinking to name it like Uncandy or something sweet, so I decided to name it Sugar. This one is called Princess Fiona from the movie Shrek. I love that movie, it is one of my favorites. I'm not the kind of person that likes watching the same movie multiple times, but this one I have seen it like 10 times already. The next one is like a military green, so I named it Grenade, and also because of the song of Bruno Mars, Grenade, that I love. This one is also green, and because it has gold, I decided to name it Princess Tiana from the movie The Princess and the Frog. Don't ask me how old I am, I still watch princesses movies and I like them a lot. And lastly, I named this one Squid because it looks like squid ink with a variation because the actual squid ink is black, this one is not. Then to decorate the title, I turned it into a card and added like more cards because that's the theme we're using. And to give it a little more of dimension, I added some shadows with this gray marker that looks black. Every time I use these markers, I get a darker color than when I was trying them. And this is how this page turned out. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. In the description, you can find the link to the playlist with all the episodes. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye!